Welcome to the High School Huddle on the Dodge Sports Desk at Pubco Studios. My name is Brendan Chapman. I'm joined by Ryan Neighbor. He's the boys basketball beat writer for the Oklahoman. And the regular season is winding down. So let's take a look at some of the top performances this season. Ryan, what do you feel like was the best game you saw all year?
Well, I'd have to go with the Guthrie-Carl Albert game from the finals of the McGinnis Classic. Just a tight back-and-forth game. Great players on both sides, especially Harrison DuPont from Carl Albert, Dante Foster and Keaton Collins from Guthrie. And Guthrie gets out to a lead in that game. It looks like they're going to run away with it, and Carl Albert comes back and it stays tight for most of the second half. And then they played twice since then and had a couple of pretty good games in their own right since that tournament in January. And hopefully we'll get a chance to watch him play again here in the state tournament or in the playoffs.
So it's not just a great rivalry in football, huh?
Right. It's going over to basketball, too.
All right. Well, what was the best individual performance you saw?
Now, that's an easy one. You'd have to go with Xavier Henry's performance against Putnam City North. I think it was about a week after he came back from his injury. He drops 40 on them and scores, I think, 21 or 22 points in one quarter. After a quiet first quarter for him, scoring only 5, but just a dominating performance.
What was the best team performance you saw?
Well, the team performance, I'd have to go to the Carl Albert tournament and talk about Midwest City just all week. This is a team without any real stars, but they have a lot of good pieces to the puzzle. Guys like Robert Wakefield, Xavier McClish, and a couple others, Marcus Nelson. And just put everything together in that week in that tournament and was able to roll through despite being one of the underdogs coming in.
All right. Well, looking at all the players you've seen this year, all the games you've covered, who's the most underrated player you've seen?
Well, I'd have to go with some guys from PC West. And we talked a little bit about Tyler Fields and Tyler Neal, and Amric Fields. Mm-hmm. But they have some other pretty good players too, guys like Daniel Bell and Kendall Dudley. And just their team has a lot of guys that when you look at them, you don't think, oh, that kid's a stud, but a lot of good pieces and good players for the role that they have on that team.
All right, Ryan. Well, we appreciate your expertise. Thanks for watching the High School Huddle. We'll be back next week on the Dodge Sports Desk as we continue to provide the best high school coverage in the state.